She watches your stories. She lingers on old photos. And every time your name comes up, there's a flicker in her eyes. But if you ask her, she'll say she's moved on. Why? Because admitting she regrets losing you would crush her ego. Welcome to a psychological tug-of-war where pride outweighs pain and silence hides the storm. Stick around because in the next 10 minutes you'll discover 6 signs she desperately regrets letting you go, but her ego is too stubborn to say the words. Quick question. Ever seen someone act like they're on top of the world while low-key stalking your every move online? Yeah, let's talk about that. 1, her social media is suddenly active. 2, active. She used to be quiet on social media. Maybe a birthday post here and there, a vacation pic once in a while. But now she's uploading gym selfies, aesthetic lattes, cryptic quotes about healing, and late-night stories with just enough mystery to catch your eye. You notice it, right? Because that sudden shift isn't random. It's not growth. It's a performance. This isn't just a glow-up. It's a show-up. A curated production screaming, "Look what you're missing," without ever saying your name, but you feel it. Every filtered photo and every perfectly timed post is a signal sent to the person she hopes is still watching you. Psychologists call this impression management, a subtle attempt to reclaim power and reframe the breakup narrative. After all, if she looks happy, successful, and unbothered online, maybe she won't have to admit the truth offline that she regrets walking away. But Stoic wisdom reminds us true self-worth doesn't scream for attention. It moves in silence. Loud displays often mask deep insecurity. So when her feed becomes a non-stop highlight reel of her amazing new life, ask yourself, is she really evolving or is she just acting? Is this freedom or a fragile ego's way of staying visible in your world? Bothers the real twist. What she puts on display is only half the story. What she avoids, what she hides from, that's where the truth lives. 2, she avoids mutual friends like they're radioactive. You know those friends you both used to hang out with? The ones who saw your relationship grow, stall, and eventually fade? Yeah. Now she's avoiding them like they carry some kind of emotional virus. She used to laugh with them. Now she dodges their calls. She skips mutual gatherings, finds excuses to miss parties, or shows up late just to leave early. It's not a coincidence. It's emotional avoidance. One of the clearest signs of silent regret. Because here's the thing. Every mutual friend is a living reminder of you, and being around them triggers memories she's not ready to face. The inside jokes, the shared photos, the stories they might bring up, it's too much. By distancing herself, she gets to pretend that chapter is closed from those connections. She gets to pretend that chapter is closed, even though it's not. This kind of behavior isn't just emotional, it's psychological self-preservation. She's trying to scrub her environment clean of any trace of you because deep down, she knows the breakup wasn't as empowering as she wants to believe. And Stoic wisdom reminds us avoidance is a form of attachment in disguise. You don't run from something that doesn't still affect you. So when she ghosts your mutual circle, it's not strength, it's fear. But sometimes regret leaks through the cracks, not in who she avoids, but in how she suddenly finds ways to reach back out. Disguised as casual, but designed to test you. 3, she contacts you, but just to check in. It always starts the same way. A random text, a late-night DM. Hey, she contacts you, but just to check in, just wanted to check in. Or the classic, I heard a song that reminded me of you. On the surface, it seems innocent, maybe even friendly. But let's not kid ourselves. This isn't just about being polite. It's a test wrapped in casual packaging. She's not reaching out because she wants to catch up. She's reaching out because she wants to know, are you still emotionally available? Would you still respond quickly? Do you still care? These little breadcrumbs serve one purpose, to keep a thread of control without having to admit vulnerability. See, her ego won't let her say, I miss you, so instead she throws out soft hooks like, how's everything going? Or I saw something that reminded me of you. It's not honesty. It's a power move. Psychologists call it emotional baiting. testing waters without risking full exposure. And the moment you reply, it reassures her that your attention is still hers to access. But remember what Stoicism teaches. The man who reacts is at the mercy of another's emotions. The man who observes is in control of his own. Your response, or lack of one, says more than words ever could. And yet even when she doesn't text or call, there's still something else she's doing. Something that reveals you're still deeply under her skin. 4. She mimics your interests from afar. Out of nowhere, she's into Stoicism. She's quoting Marcus Aurelius on her stories, listening to that obscure band you introduced her to, maybe even posting about emotional resilience or inner peace. You're sitting there thinking, wait, since when is she into this stuff? Here's the truth. She's not trying to be you. She's trying to stay connected to you, even if it's just through shared interests you once had together. It's a psychological phenomenon known as mirroring, a subconscious attempt to realign with someone you feel bonded to. But in this case, it's happening after their relationship, which makes it all the more revealing. See, when someone regrets losing you but can't admit it, they often imitate aspects of your personality, your habits, or your mindset. It's like they're hoping that by absorbing the things you loved, they'll somehow feel closer to you again. But here's the irony. The more she adopts your interest, the more obvious her emotional conflict becomes. Because if she was truly over you, she wouldn't be curating her identity around your influence. Stoic thought hits hard here. You are what you give attention to. Guard it like treasure. So ask yourself, why is she still so tuned into your world if you're supposedly out of hers? But sometimes the mimicry isn't enough. Sometimes she has to see you, even if it's from a distance, even if it means watching in silence. 5. She watches your stories but never reaches out. You post something simple, maybe a gym pic, a quote, or just a view from your walk. Within minutes, she's seen it every time. Always one of the first to view your story, but that's all she does. She doesn't like it, doesn't comment, doesn't reply, just watches. And she just watches first. You might think it's coincidence. Maybe she's just scrolling, right? But let's be honest. When someone truly wants to move on, they don't keep checking your every move like it's a series finale. What she's doing is passive monitoring, a silent ritual of staying close while pretending to stay distant. It's the emotional version of peeking through the blinds after closing the door on someone. Why? Because curiosity is often just unresolved emotion in disguise. She misses the connection, but her pride won't allow vulnerability. So she chooses the middle ground to remain unseen while never fully letting go. It's a paradox. She wants to know you're doing well, but not too well without her. She wants access to your life, but not the accountability of re-entering it. And here's the Stoic truth. What's meant to grow with you will never need to spy on you. So when she lingers in the shadows of your stories, understand it's not closure, it's conflict. But here's the twist. Sometimes silence isn't the only sign she's watching. Sometimes she reappears in ways that feel accidental, but are anything but. 6. She starts dating, but no one compares to you. She's with someone new. Fresh photos, smiling faces, captions dripping with new beginnings. But if you look closely, something's missing. She looks happy, but her eyes, her energy, they tell another story. That smile, it's curated because deep down she knows. She's comparing. Every word he says is measured against yours. Every moment echoes what she once had and lost. Psychologists call it comparative regret. That aching feeling when you realize you let go of something real for something that just looks right. And though she'll never admit it publicly, in her quietest moments, she hears it. I had a man who understood me, and I walked away. The worst part, by the time her ego finally cracks and truth sets in, you may have already evolved beyond her reach. And when that hits her, it's not sadness she feels first. It's fear. If this feels familiar, if you sense she regrets it but can't bring herself to say it, remember this. You don't need her validation to know your worth. A Stoic man doesn't chase what's behind him. He builds what's ahead. Want more insights into female psychology, Stoic relationships, and emotional mastery? Subscribe now because in the next video, we'll uncover how stoic men turn heartbreak into power. Don't miss it. And who knows, maybe she will be watching.